Hey friends, you're watching BrainStormAcres. I'm Henry. I'm still putting this battery together. Hang around. I got some new terminals. And I'll put them on. Just got back from the store where I picked up more connectors. These, in theory, will fit. I'm going to move all this other stuff out of the way. It's amazing how well these connectors work when they're the right size. Now I do have one issue I have to deal with, and that is how long I'm going to leave these leads right here. I think I'm going to leave them more the way they are, and I'll just go ahead and put the terminals on. Now the wires come out here. Now we'll see if I can clamp this on too. Let's try this one more time. Now I'm going to have to take this out and take it to the workshop and set these larger terminals in with a little bit of extra power. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and get these other wires all set. BC1 goes to the positive terminal. BC2 is going to go to the next positive terminal. I make sure that the wire just comes out from the insulator here That way I know that it's going to connect well with the connector. I'm going to crimp that one more time. It's connected. The insulator moves a little bit.
Now, on something like this that has relatively small sprues, I have a choice of either, let's see if it'll go into the vise. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't. I'm going to grease the saw blade with what they call Burr Life, which is a... I don't actually know what it's made out of. That's a good question. I can either saw these off, got media in the way here. Got the media out of the way. I have to be careful on these because they have what we call ears. They're just little tabs that you can sew through. And I don't want to accidentally cut those off. I can see that not all the ears formed correctly. I've got at least one, I think, that's not good, but I can take those two off. I will take the bottom two off on that one, and I'll use it for something else. I can cheat to win sometimes. Okay. So, now I can do the same thing with these guys. Get in there with the cutters. So this one has, it's missing an ear, so I'm going to take the whole thing off. Because if one's missing, I can't just have 3 tabs. I need to have either 2 or 4. So I will take off those 2 and the sprue. Got 4 on this, so that's good. So that means I'll just try and take off some of the sprue. It's hard to get in there, kind of. Challenging to cut, kind of at an odd angle. And there's no really good place to put the sprue. I probably could put it on the side. That would mean I would have to make a new mold, which was just not on the list of things to do right now. I am going to be making a bunch of new molds this fall. When we get back, these two are stuck together. I'm going to leave that for a minute. Okay, I'm checking all my... See, when I say ears, these have tabs here with holes in them that you sew through because these are designed to be used as a badge. So sewn onto a belt or sewn onto a pouch or something like that. If one of the bottom ones is missing, I can use it in jewelry on a necklace, because I'll cut off the other bottom one. Now these two are stuck together. What are they stuck together by? Just the sprues? Okay. Once in a while you'll get something stuck. The ears are good, so it's just that sprue that needs to come off a little bit. And that's pretty clean. Okay, So now I'll show you guys what happens next. I'm going to take these over. All these little pieces will be picked up. They will be cleaned in a tumbler to remove any oxidation. Remember, oxidation is just, rust is oxidation. In this case, it will be a brown material, but it's not rust. It's some other kind of oxide. So we're going to move over to the wet department again. Fly through the air with the greatest of ease. Lights, camera, action. You've seen me use this wet wheel before for other things. On these completely round ones, I just turned on the water. And that water helps to keep this cool. Otherwise, the friction makes it too hot. You see me feeling the piece with my fingers for burrs. And now that is ready to be tumbled. Now anything with ears like this has got to be much more carefully handled, and I will probably wind up doing some work on this one later. It's hard to get in there. Okay, now these are now ready to go into the tumbler over here, and this is a different kind of tumbler. This was a vibratory tumbler. There's my towels. I need towels. There you go. One of the things I have to deal with here is that the lighting is not designed for photography. It's designed for working. So what I'm going to do is, these are the kind of tumblers I'm going to use now. I have a solution of burnishing compound that is diluted. It's in here. And I'm going to do two different things here because I'm doing lots of things today. I was clearing out and packing this morning for the event. So the first tumbler here I'm going to put in is the dirty ones, and you'll see that when the oxidation is polished off, it winds up being this really pretty gold color. But right now it's covered with oxidation, so it's going to turn that water black, black, black. It's about time to buy some new containers, but I'm trying to make this last a little while longer because these containers are ridiculously expensive. Like a couple $100 a piece, I think, these days. Okay, so this is my slop bucket. And this is simply going to ride around like this. Now this one, you noticed I filled this one too. That is because I am going to be polishing some jewelry that was in the house that is not as shiny as I want it to be. Now it's not filthy dirty, but it's a little less shiny than I want it to be. So I brought it down to get clean. We're going to let these do these things by themselves. So while I'm cutting off more sprues and grinding things, this is going to be polishing.